Hello, Father George Salzman of the Harvard Catholic Center. We're here in Harvard Yard, but right across from the Science Center, and that captures something about education. I'd like to talk about science lectures, but thinking of the old days, from very old time, there have been lectures and recitations, as they call them, and in some ways those things have continued up to the modern day. One distinctive element, I think, in science classes in the big lecture halls that are there, the amphitheaters, in the Science Center, which the alumni know when they come back, they're often used to gather them, would be demonstrations. That's to say, a scientific demonstration, sometimes with a bit of a drama or frivolity. If I could just take a moment to talk about academic archaeology. A friend and I were down at, I'm going to test the boundaries of the FCC here and use a four-letter word. A friend and I were down at Yale once upon a time. We were up around the Science Park, and that has things of many different generations caught not in amber, but in stone. And they're fun to explore. And one of them was the Sterling Memorial Laboratory, which has this magnificent front facade with all the elements up top, magnificent architecture. And you go in and it's magnificenter still because there's this great high lobby, about 3+ stories high, maybe 4. And there, as you come in, the thing that strikes you is overhead, there's sort of a railroad. That's to say, between the two amphitheaters, there are also prep rooms for the demonstrations. And my friend and I went up there to explore them. And there were actually these old iron carts, on, like a train on train tracks, from the prep room, and then it would roll into the lecture hall and then back for all kinds of preparation. Now, so that, I wonder if it's still there. It'd be fun to explore. But coming to here, the demonstration prep room is in the basement. And the folk there have lots of tales to tell if you ever get in touch with them. One I'd share now, if I may, and that is that they were doing in physics a matter of composition of forces a la Galileo. Galileo trying to help a Tuscan prince or something with thinking of cannon and what the shot would be like, and obviously there's the velocity of the shot, but then there's also the g-forces due to gravity, and how you do the composition of forces to see where it would land. So to create interest in that, they provided the professor with a plush doll so it wouldn't damage the building. It was shot, and a gun it could be shot out of, be shot out across the front of the lecture hall. And the question was to get people involved in where it would hit the wall. So they had a sense not only of the velocity this way, but the downward force of G, and it's quite quick, the acceleration force of G, and to get them thinking about that. And so that went on. It turns out that the doll was one of those ones from the period where they all had a voice, and they all had several different lines they would speak, and they would advance through those different lines. And so when the guy picked it up off the ground, sort of held it up here, the microphone was there live, and suddenly in the lecture hall, the thing said, with great concern, "I think I need a hug. I think I need a hug," after having hit the wall, bang on right on the head. So I wanted to say, it sounds silly, but that's rather apt for all of us, because amidst COVID and winter, here's the snow on the cold. Cold and winter are isolating more than we think, and COVID proves that in spades. And we really need each other, and Zoom is a help, and FaceTime's great, but we need each other in more ways than we'd realize, and I think we begin to see it now. And so, although that was simply a doll, it wasn't a mute doll, and it said something close to all our hearts. I think I need a hug, I think I need other people, I think I need to give other people a hug, and I think we should think of that. I'm always reminding students that it's important to love God and love neighbor. That's crucial, that's at the heart of life. But it's also important to let God love you, and to let us love you too. May God bless you.